Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everybody. Hey, listen, I am here today because just this passion that I have, I just started writing and I wanted to join. I wanted to go live. Just thinking about all of the good things, all of the goodness in life. It's Monday, it's the beginning of a fresh month, and we're moving into a new quarter of this year. And so I just got to thinking. When we're talking about our personal growth and talking about where we see ourselves going, we often think about what is it that we're doing for our future, right? I talk a lot about faith over fear. What does that mean to me? How does that show up in life, right? If you're thinking about starting your own business, if you're thinking about ownership, if you're truly thinking about making a way for yourself, I have a solution. My solution is a company that's valid, and I have access to my programs from anywhere in the world with Wi Fi. I get what I commit to. It's just simple as that. I get what I commit to. So if you're looking for a solid solution to being able to have your own business, being able to leave a legacy for your family, and show up for your kids in a way that they've never seen you do that before. I'm Gen X, so my kids are grown. And having grown children, you want to always be the example. When they were little, we can always tell them, you should do this or this is what you should do. But when we're adults at the same time, they're more so looking at what you're doing rather than listening to what you're telling them, right? Now we become the example of show and tell. Like, I've been listening to you for a long time. You've been telling me I can do all the things. You've been speaking life into everything that I've done, but yet you are the one that continues to be available for everyone else's dream, right? Even working jobs that are someone else's dream. um, what do you get out of that for yourself? How do you grow that for yourself? And so a big part of this is you have to get down to your why. Like, why is it that I want to build and establish my own business? And what is it that I want to do? So I'm seeing all these people do online businesses. And I know a lot of times people are asking themselves, well, how is that going to work for me? Everyone's doing well. First of all, the internet is vast, right? And every day people are joining the internet and joining to create their own businesses. By 2027, it is projected to be $1 trillion a day that can be earned through the internet. There's always going to be enough for everyone to eat and to get in. So my name is Shannon, um, lovingly known as Shay, from Faith Over Fear. And my story is that, I worked for people, and I always say, like, I've worked to build other people's dreams up. I gave to companies and corporations for all of my adult life, really, what I wish I would have given to myself. And by now, instead of just starting, I could be fully retiring and laying on the beach in Tahiti, which is probably likely where most of the companies that I work for, their CEOs and C-suite executives were probably lucky enough to go, right? So here it is that eventually you have to make the decision for yourself. You have to make the decision to show up for yourself. You have to make the decision to pour into your own dreams of what you poured into someone else's. It comes a time when you look around, like I worked in a trucking company, which was one of my last jobs that I had. That was, I enjoyed it. I thought trucking was fascinating, and I had come from higher education into trucking. So it was like a big jump. And in doing that, I learned a lot about trucking, like everything we have, every you look around your room, everything that you see, everything we use, every cosmetics, from our laptops to our cell phones to um, our cleaning products, everything moves on a truck. And so I was really fascinated by that. One of the things that fascinated me too was the story of how that trucking company got started. The man who started that trucking company sold his family's car and bought a truck. And when he bought that truck, he started this trucking business that 80 years later, or more than 80 years later, he's, passed on and transitioned to glory. But I came in to sit at the desk of a dream that he had when he sold his family's car to get the truck, to make the business, to grow the business, and that 80 plus years later, I would find a seat in his dream, and manage from that seat. I think that's when I started to think like, wow, like I was fascinated by that. Like this was his dream and I'm still making his dream come true. And he's not even here anymore to even appreciate the fact that I'm here making his dreams come true, but his family still is reaping the benefits, and good for them. Like good for them for keeping the business going, right? So in that, I was actually terminated from that role, from that position, and found myself doing more of the things to activate my mindset, to get my mindset to a place where I'm dreaming so big. I'm a dreamer as it is. So I'm dreaming so big. And I'm sitting in this space of time where I have off, like I'm fired, like I got terminated from this position. And then I started to realize that I'm not terminated. Like this is my time. But what I didn't do is that I didn't prepare for that time. So here it was, I didn't have the income that I needed to have the time. So the time and the income didn't match, right? So now I have all this time, but I don't have the income, and I didn't do well enough when I had the income to save to be able to use this time to build and start and create my own business. So I went back. I went back to the job, right? Going back to the job, and I thought, here we are again. I'm in a business at this next job, which was a staffing firm. And then there were two brothers who owned the staffing firm. And I remember like the first week in onboarding, hearing their story about how their staffing firm got started. And again, being fascinated by their story, that they worked for someone else and they visualized that they could do this on their own. So they branched out and they worked for a large staffing firm, but the staffing firm that they worked for didn't do what they branched out eventually to build and create like this phenomenal staffing firm. And then through all of this, the pandemic hit, right? Everybody was in the house. You remember the times. I don't have to stay here for a long time because we remember those times well, right? And everybody was in the house talking about, I'm going to do this, when I'm going to cook, I'm going to do hair, I'm going to make skincare products, I'm going to make clothes, I'm going to write books, I'm going to do all the things. And then all of a sudden, boom, we're back outside. And it's like, what are we doing? So here it is. I found myself back into the place of looking for a job. But here I am once again working for someone else's dream, because their dream was to put to work clinical staff. And through the pandemic, what was needed most was clinical staff, brilliance. So in 4 years, this company went from ordinary mom and pop to extraordinary wealth. So this company went to a billion dollar company within 4 years. Hold on to that for a second, because if that's not a dream to really take hold of and celebrate. And I would hear the story about how they got started, and very humbly they would tell the story, and I would be just sitting there like, well, here I am again, fascinated by someone else's dream. Fast forward, the time comes and this company downsized. And so it left myself and my entire department without income, right? Without a job journey, right? But good for me that I met someone through that journey who poured into me something that I was already familiar with, right? I had done network marketing. I have been in a space where I've helped people do network marketing. I've been in a space where, we've done all the things. I always say we sold the all the products, right? The skincare and everything, the vitamins, the jewelry, right? I always say, we did it all. So we were selling the pure passions, right? We did the right, yeah, we did the, let's get cute at night, the passion party stuff, right? And we did the skincare, right? We did all the stuff. We did the skincare. We did more skincare. We did um, vitamin supplements, jewelry, right? We did it all. We did the containers that your grandmother had that I still have. But we did all these things, and I don't take anything away from these companies because they got it right. I find myself in a space right now where when I have these things and I pull them out, it's really not to make fun, but it's to say some of these companies are still thriving. So, what are you afraid of? I had to ask myself that. What are you afraid of? What is it that you want to happen? What do you want to happen? Do you just want something to show up for you, like um, that you don't have to work for? Do you want something to just show up for you and present itself? Would you trust that anyway if it did? We have the opportunity in our global digital marketing business with our digital marketing products to change our lives, and not only to change our lives but to change the lives of those around us. We know when our lives change, it changes the life of everyone around us. It just doesn't work for you. You become the example. You become the, I know that this can be done because I'm watching it be done. In this business, we have, so the business is digital marketing, 100% ownership, bought it one time. It's like you bought it one time. You bought it one time. You don't have to keep buying it. There's no monthly fees. There's no annual fees. You bought it one time. So you own it. And every day it is your job to go out and bless somebody to that they can see the the goodness of what it is to have your own business, have a business that's going to come with the amount of trainings and the amount of resources, mentoring programs, tech support, everything's all boxed up for you. This is the good part. The investment was so low, it's a no brainer. It's a no brainer for me because, like I said, I've done all the things. I've worked in other people's dreams. So to come into a full business with a ready for you, ready done for you website and be able to thrive in a business with a community that I've watched witness grow to 38,000 people in the community. And this has been since June. It's growing and growing and growing. To be able to come into a business that is, you're already online, like I'm scrolling anyway for free, to be able to come into a business to create content, to make money, to make passive income, to have streams of income. Because when you are around people who are growing, their minds are activated, and they walked in the journey, they've walked miles in your shoes. So they had done the network marketing, they've done all the things, they've had the parties where you had to pack up your car and take everything in. When you get around breath, a fresh breath of fresh air, when you get around people who are like-minded and you see it for what it is, you have to know that it's real. Some people can always talk yourself out of it, like it's too good to be true. It's not too good to be true. When you're on your path and you're doing what you are called to do and you're passionate about that thing that you're called to do, everything that you do will bring you closer to your path. Everything you do will keep you on your path, and you will begin to attract things on your path that are for this journey. You will unlock gems, you will move forward, you will create, you will be creative, and you will be surrounded by other creative people. It is This is fascinating now to me. Now I sit in the seat of my own dream and I'm fascinated by my own story, where now I'm sitting in the seat and I'm learning and I'm growing and I have people who are holding me accountable. You said you were going to write that book. You have notes to write a book. Write your book. And now I have a book and I'm working on my second book. And it's a good book filled with emotion and poetry to be able to cope with grief, losing loved ones. It's grief, and it's happening all so much more as we get older. This is life. I'm a Gen Xer, so this is the life, and being able to tell other people that you keep the things that you have and you keep them around. Like I told a story recently, my mom passed in 2020. That's a second book I'm working on, is to be able to tell her story. This is my mom's journal. This is her journal, tangible, touchable. So my book is called My Great Grandpa's Guitar, and it talks about my father's guitar. It was given to me as known to be my father's guitar, and my granddaughter now has that guitar in her home, and she'll strum the strings. It's always in the back. It's always in the background of a family memory moment captured in a photo, and it's always there. So I was like, let me write a book about that, because that's beautiful. And I had been taking notes and taking notes, but being in this setting of people who are mentoring me and holding me accountable, said, you know what, write that book. And so that book talks the journey about losing a loved one and grief in that, but keeping their memorabilia, keeping them alive, keeping my mom's journal on my bookshelf, keeping it on my desk and going back to it and reading her words, and not, you know, missing out on still getting gems from her. So I wrote that book because of this business. So asking myself this: what would you do with 100% profit of owning your own content digital based business with immediate access to affiliate passive income, tools, like I said, a community of 38,000 people and growing every week? I'm fascinated again in my own seat. Tech support, 24-hour tech support. I didn't have to know how to come in and do all this tech work. In fact, your website, when you come into this business, is already developed for you. Of course, I made it my own. I put my own pictures, some of the wording I changed up to make it my own, make it, in my own way that I talk. What would you do with that? So I didn't have to take all this time. And in this business, you have people now, like I just said, growing streams of income. You have people right now who have grown streams of income who will set your business up for you for a fee. That's their business now. You can do that too. What would you do with that time? What would you do with that freedom? I said it. I've done it all. I've done a lot of things in terms of network marketing, telemarketing, right? Let's talk about it. Telemarketing, I was there too. This is not that. This isn't bring someone else on so you can get in and you can get the car and you can get the ring. This is you sell the product that you own and you get the income, 100% profit every day. So if I sold a $900 package, if I sold a $900 digital program every day from now till the end of the year, I can stand to gain, if I had one customer a day at $900 for the legacy program. If I sold one legacy program to bless somebody, if I bless somebody with a business, a full business, once every day for 1 year, that's $328,000 a year. I'm watching people bless people's lives 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. And I'm blessing people's lives. And I'm never going to think it's too good to be true, because it's not. The $900 plan is the Legacy Builder program. Think about that. You can start and have your own business in a box that comes with classes on social media, comes with classes on building your brand, comes with personal mentoring calls, and a real business. Like Pinocchio was a real boy. This is a real business. It is a real business, and it is fascinating. What would you do if you can own your own business for $900 one time? But get this, when you purchase that $900 business, you can purchase that $900 business on a 4 installment plan. So people say the thing that talks people out of ownership or, you know, starting something new, a lot of times is I don't have that kind of money to do something like that. But if you look around or you go look in your closet, you have the money to do what it is that you want to do. $900 to start your own business. I wanted to start there, but that's not it. You can start your own business at the $900 level. You can start your own business at a $600 level. And again, on payment plan or full out 600, you can start your own business on a $300 program. You can start your own business on a $100 program that gives you 4 installments to pay it. How are you going to talk yourself out of that one? Just how? Start trading your time for family events, right? Have you ever had your PTO denied? I have. You know, I missed my uncle's wedding because my PTO didn't get processed in time. Did you ever have to go through the store aisle and put groceries back because you got to make a decision? Am I getting this toilet paper or I'm going to get this pack of meat? I've done that. This is non negotiable. This doesn't mean that you can't have a job, but this means that you have an alternative way to get money, to be able to take care of yourself and provide, not make the decision of, am I going to fill my gas tank up this week or am I going to be able to go out to dinner with my friends this weekend? Am I going to be able to book this holiday trip? Am I going to be able to take my family on vacation? When I get back to work from a week-long vacation because I had a staycation, because I stayed to do laundry, because I don't have enough time to do my laundry during the week. No, now you got a story to tell on Monday morning after your vacation when you show up. Instead of just hearing other people tell their stories about how they just took their family on a week-long cruise, or they took their family to Hawaii or the Netherlands or Boston. Now you'll have some stories to tell. Don't you want some stories to tell? I wanted some stories to tell. So many, many years ago, I joined a travel business and it went well. I have nothing bad to say about the travel business or none of the other businesses that I named. But the difference is that this business is 100% ownership. I bought it one time, I own it. So whatever I do with it, if it sits on the shelf, if it sits in the link, then it just sits there and it doesn't bless anyone. But if I get it out there to the world to see, to bless, there is so many people right now shopping online. And you remember, if you're a Gen X or beyond, you remember, I'm not giving anybody my credit card online. No, not me. Now you shop online all week long. We even order food online. We pay for our Uber rides online. When that was the other thing, somebody created Uber. Somebody with a brilliant mind created Uber. Now we're getting in cars with strangers. When I was growing up, it was don't get in cars with strangers. Now we got people delivering our food when we didn't even want to eat at someone's home because you just didn't know. Now we're paying somebody to pick food up somewhere and paying them to do it. You thought of that. You thought of that 25 years ago. I know I did. And I didn't get started then. But that's no excuse to not get started now. We're getting projects done. We're being able to go on trips. Oh, and none of this is making me think I shouldn't have done this. It's exciting every day. It's exciting every single day. Every single day I'm excited to know that I'm learning, and our mentor who started this business, this isn't a business that's been around for many years. She started this business and in 17 months made her first million. And every single day she shows up with a blueprint created, almost folded out to us. I own the blueprint. What? This is how serious this is. This is how serious this is. Don't you want to go from just paying bills to being your own bill? Call me Bill. That might be my nickname. I might get a tattoo. But call me Bill because I'm my own bill. Now I'm paying me. Pay attention, because in the next 2 years, you're already seeing it with the school curriculum, how many of the things that our children are learning and how they're being taught is ebooks, educational products online. I just said I wrote my first ebook. I don't know if I said it was an ebook, but it's an ebook. And it has activities to do, and it's engaging and interactive. Pay attention. When the house phone went away, remember being tangled with the cord? You had to have your private, not so private conversations in the kitchen because you was that quarterly cord. When's the last time you saw a quarterly cord in someone's home in the kitchen? You might see them, but name 10 people right now that you saw them in their house. I'll wait. The time is now. Remember Blockbuster? You better rewind that tape before you take it back. No more of that. Things are changing. Times are changing. And making these money decisions right now is important. I say this in the most humble way. I get to do some of these things because my husband and I made the decision for ownership. So that means no mortgage, no car payments. And I don't say that as to be braggadocious, but I say it from a humble place because I know something. I know something about ownership, and I want to teach you something about ownership. I want you to know something about ownership. Beautiful home, no mortgage, no rent. Don't you want to know what that feels like? Just like I said, my mentor, 17 months to her first million. I want to know what that feels like. If I laid the blueprint out to show you how to be debt free in the mortgage, no mortgage payment, no car payments, to luxury cars in my driveway. Again, not bragging, but I know something about it. If I laid the blueprint out for you, would you trust me? I'm telling you what I have. She's telling us what she has. She's showing us what she has. And smart people have mentors and coaches. Not too late. Pay attention. As I grow, part of my journey is to help others make responsible money moves, to walk in your own wealth. And this means people with little to no experience to do exactly what I've done, what me and my husband have done, to do exactly what people who are making $1 million and a little over a year on online wealth with no experience. That's the part. No experience. Scrolling for free. That's what I was doing. I was always on social media anyway. Not because I lived a life on social media, but I like to celebrate people. And if you knew me on social media and you've been on social media with me, drop it down in the comments if I've ever encouraged you on social media. You put a post up and I came right behind you to encourage or inspire you. That what gives me joy when I'm scrolling for free on social media. But scrolling for free isn't going to put me, it's not going to leverage me. It's not going to put me in position to have a digital product in my hands to be able to make money. Make money, time freedom, financial freedom, being able to spend precious moments traveling with my family, traveling with my husband, making precious moments. In the last 30 days, we just bought a new car. We just went out of the country and spent time with the grandchildren. This is real. And I have to say, been doing this a short amount of time. That's not too bad. Not too bad. So I wanted to stop scrolling for free, posting for likes and fun. And I wanted to scroll over to the bank and deposit money that would help me grow in income for me and my family. So I'm creating streams of income, which has been on my to do list since 2020, actually, since before, even before then. And my best is getting better. Don't allow what you think you know to determine what you learn. Catch that. Don't allow what you think you know to determine what you learn. Everyone's going global. Everyone's going global. It's everyone's going digital and it's global opportunity. It's time for you to go too. It's time. Move forward. There's new ways to win. I'm a legacy builder. And what it is I do is I encourage people to get in on their own, to win and to amaze themselves. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I have a digital product that goes with it. That's what I do. That's what I do now. And it's fascinating. So I hope that I have inspired you, right? Right now in our community, we are leveling up. We are on a success plan that is called 30K in 90 days. It's a success plan. This is part of it. Getting up, showing up. If you really care about people, they said, if you really care about blessing people, if you really care about getting this information, then go on and go live today and you tell somebody about this program. And I showed up. I'm all in. I'm coachable, I'm trainable, and I will make 30K in 90 days. I will do that. I am a legacy builder. I am a multimillionaire. I am an example. I am. And know that you are too. You are. I read this weekend and it resonated with me. Unspoken goals are just wishes. Spoken goals are wills, right? Written goals are happening. So when I wrote this down in 2020, $250 million, I don't know where that number comes from, but I've been writing it down for a very long time. And I believe that I am wealthy with US currency. I am growing a successful business. I am, and you are too. Even the word impossible says, I am possible. Nothing is impossible. When you believe in yourself and you believe in your journey. So I thank you for listening. I always say I'm talking to my million subscribers. Please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Do that. If you've been inspired by anything that I've said here, and if it's not the digital business that I own, let it be about a digital business somewhere. Do your ebooks. Do get streams of income. Do that. Finish your courses. Do the things and create an online business so that you can create online wealth. We're watching people do it. Tab is Emmy winning. If you know Tab and you've watched her journey, she started online every day at 5 o'clock, going live to cook food that she was just getting started to do. You can go in any store now and buy her products. I just seen somebody bought her wine. You could buy her seasonings. Go off, Tab. And guess what? She just got in and did it. She got in and did it. I don't know if I've ever seen her promoting or selling her brand, but she got in and did it. If she sold the blueprint, would you buy it? Would you trust her? Get an online business. Get an online business. Anyway, that is why I jumped on today. And I again, I hope I've inspired you or encouraged you. Please hit like, hit subscribe. I'll be coming to you more and more because I want you to catch this. I want you to catch this, snatch this thing, snatch it, own it, love it, use it, do it. So when your time comes, if you're holding up that big check, know this: I am possible. No different. No different from the ones that you follow, the ones that you say, oh, I'm following dot, 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 because they inspire me. Somebody's waiting to be inspired by you. Somebody's waiting to be inspired by me. And I hope it was you. Listen, get in where you fit in. Lace up your shoestrings and have some fun. This is the fun part, too. This is the fundamentals. The funds are going to come. The funds are already here. Stay on your path. And everything that's meant to follow you on your path will catch you. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Peace.